With another episode of Tarot Talks. Today we're going to do the pages, and I think we're going to pretty much just blow through the pages in one video because they don't have astrological associations. They're pretty simple. They all have to do with messages, learning, beginnings, starting of a new endeavor. A little excerpt from Tarot and Astrology by Corinne Kenner. During the Renaissance, the pages were the youngest members of the royal court. They would frequently serve as messengers. It was their job to carry news from one person to another. In addition, because they were young, pages were students learning their future roles through apprenticeships. So if you are starting a new job and you get this card, that's going to be a good indicator that this is the right time, because it denotes beginnings, it denotes a sense of learning and having to learn a new position. If you are starting a new creative endeavor and you get the Page of Wands, that's going to also be a great card to start a new endeavor. Now, if you look at these three cards, we have Page of Cups. They're all examining their instrument, okay? And this one here, he's examining his instrument. And this one here, he's examining his instrument. Well, they're actually supposed to be related to, if you want to relate them to people, they're related to young girls. So in a family of four, it's the daughter figure. And it doesn't have to be that way. It's just traditionally the pages are the young girls, the knights are the young men, and then the queens are the you know, when you get to the motherhood side of womanhood, and then kings are when, you know, a man grows up and he gets to the father or grown up side of, you know, the human life. And then this one, she's the only one that's not examining her instrument, but I do feel like she's still learning how to use it, because a sword is she's learning how to hold it. And she's also learning how to swing it. And also, in this card, you see, like, it's very blustery. So it's like you're learning the tough side of your element. And even in the water one, the water is very wavy, and it looks like, you know, there's a lot going on in the water behind them. The other two cards are pretty calm in the imagery, earth and fire. They seem to be pretty chill, and they're just kind of examining their instrument. But they're going to be related to the Fool card in the Major Arcana. They're going to go back to the Fool, just because this is definitely beginnings, and they're all going to have a very light, airy essence to them. They're kind of like when you relate their energy to something, it could be related to babies, where they don't really have a judgment on anything yet, and they're just getting used to their surroundings, and they're basically sponges, just taking everything in, and they're learning their environment, they're learning their instrument, they're learning the magic and the essence of their suit. So they denote beginnings. They are equated with the number 0. I'm shuffling through my deck here trying to get the Fool out for you so I can pull it up if you're not familiar with the card. Here it is. So they are lesser versions of the Fool. So you have the Major Arcana, and then you have the Minor Arcana, and then you have the Court cards. And the Court cards are all related to some archetype in the Major Arcana. But see, the Fool, he's about to walk off the ledge. They kind of like, they're all in. They jump in and they're ready to go. They're ready to start a new endeavor, start a new project. So if you have a love reading and you're getting the Page of Cups, upright, of course. If it's upright, you're good to go. The energy's there and available to you. Sometimes people say with the Page of Swords that she's holding a secret. So I like to think when it's inverted, it might denote someone who is withholding information. But it also does depend. Tarot readings and cards always depend on the other cards that are around them. So you can have the solid interpretation, but it's not going to mean that every single time, because you are going to relate it to the other cards around them. So that's why it's good to have keywords, because your keywords, they can be inserted into other sentences and other keywords with the other cards. So you have to remember that. It's kind of hard when you are going through like your tarot books and you're learning, and you have one interpretation in one book and one interpretation in another book. It's good to kind of just take everything in and try to just remember core keywords, and then it'll be a lot easier when you have other cards around them. You can relate the keywords to the other cards and the pages. So they say that the Wands is very much into journeys and creative projects. This one is very sensitive. He's very open to love. He's very childlike and very caring and almost naive. And this one is ready to create and grow things and get his hands dirty and, you know, manifest things in the material realm. And this one is very smart, very swift on their feet, very quick, very fast thinking, very quick learning, very curious. Okay, so those are some of the things you can think about when you're looking at the pages. Again, they're kind of tough. The people cards were always kind of tough for me, because especially the ones that didn't have numbers, just because you can't really relate it to numerology and you kind of have to remember all of the words that are associated with it. But once you start working with them and relating them to other cards, it does get a lot easier. I hope that was helpful for you today. And next time we're going to do the Knights. And then after that, we'll be done the Court series, and then we can go on to the meat and potatoes of the Major and Minor Arcana. So that'll be fun. All right, hope you enjoyed and have a great day.